Imagine this. You're rolling through a weigh station, DOT flags you, and the next thing you know, they're pulling 238 pounds of cocaine out of your trailer. That ain't a typo. 238 pounds. Folks, that's not freight. That's a career ender and a one-way ticket to the pokey.
Hell, Jim, that's enough to keep half the state of Florida awake for a year. If you find yourself in this situation, you had better hope you knew nothing about it and are not connected to it in any way, other than being duped to haul it.
Hello, my friends. Jim Campbell here, your no-nonsense retired trucker, dispatcher, and freight broker that tells you like it is without the BS layered on top. As usual, the one and only Bernie the Big Rigger will be with us as well. This latest drug bust story comes straight out of trucker news. The driver just got slapped with felony charges after officers found cocaine worth millions stashed in his load.
How you doing there, Jim? And a big hell yeah to all my fellow truckers out there. Betcha that fella ain't making his next delivery on time. Someone might want to give his dispatch a heads up.
DOT officers say the driver rolled through a routine weigh station inspection, but something felt off. The dog sniffed it, the cops opened it, and boom, bricks of coke stacked like pallets of freight. Total weight, 238 pounds.
That ain't no light load, Jim. That's almost like hauling 2 pallets of sugar. But this kind of sugar will land you in prison and set you up on a date with Bubba. This trucker from Canada was arrested at a western New York border crossing. Federal law enforcement officials there found some 238 pounds of cocaine in his load of fabric softener. U.S. Attorney Michael DiGiacomo announced that Vishavpal Singh, 31, a citizen of India residing in Canada, was arrested and charged with possession with intent to distribute 5 kilograms or more of cocaine, which carries a mandatory minimum penalty of 10 years in prison, a maximum of life, and a fine of $10 million.
Assistant U.S. Attorney P. Richard Antoine, who is handling the case, said that according to the complaint, Singh was associated with a previous seizure of approximately 500 pounds of cocaine in July at the Detroit Ambassador Bridge port of entry. An individual, identified as Pawanjit Gill, was arrested after bulk quantities of cocaine were found during an inspection of his commercial vehicle.
Subsequent investigation determined that earlier that day, Gill met with Singh at a nearby travel center. Homeland Security Investigation (HSI) officers in Port Huron, Michigan, alerted HSI, Buffalo Border Enforcement Security Task Force, that Singh was traveling in the U.S. On the afternoon of August 13th, Customs and Border Protection and HSI Buffalo conducted an outbound inspection on Singh, who was operating a commercial tractor trailer at the Peace Bridge port of entry. During the inspection, CBP officers discovered boxes containing the suspected cocaine. Singh was taken into custody on the spot.
And this ain't the first huge drug bust that has occurred recently. CDL Life reported a Texas bust last year, 350 pounds of meth hidden inside pallets of produce. FreightWaves wrote about another guy in Arizona who thought he was slick hiding fentanyl in a reefer trailer. Here is a spoiler alert for all of you aspiring drug mules out there. Contrary to popular belief, DOT drug-sniffing dogs are smarter than you think.
Reminds me of that age-old saying, you can polish a turd, but in the end, it's still a turd. Same thing as that little white speck on top of chicken shit. It may be a different color, but it's still chicken shit. In the big picture, gotta wonder, why do these busts keep happening at weigh stations? Simple. The DOT ain't just looking at your logbook and brakes. They're also the front line for drugs, human trafficking, and contraband. Every truck that rolls across that scale is a possible feather in the cap for law enforcement and a possible big win for Joe Public.
Here's the reality. Most truckers out here are just trying to make an honest living, get paid, and get home safe. But when these shady truck drivers get involved with drug busts and it hits the headlines, the whole trucking industry gets a black eye. Shippers get nervous, DOT and police crack down harder, and in the end, it's the innocent truck driver that ends up paying the price in aggravation and lost time. All the average truck driver wants is to get from point A to point B in a safe manner.
And you know what? I feel sorry for some of these drug mules that are being used by these drug kingpins. These down and dirty drug lords exploit vulnerable individuals as human mules or drug mules to minimize their own risk and maximize profit within the illicit drug trade. Individuals are often exploited due to vulnerabilities like financial hardship, lack of education, or unstable situations. Drug lords use various methods to recruit people, including false promises of relationships or jobs, using social media, existing social networks, and resorting to coercion, threats, or debt bondage.
So here's the no BS truth. You gotta know who you are working for. Getting involved with shady drug dealers and becoming a drug mule will never turn out well for you once it's all said and done. If you're hauling freight, make damn sure you know what's in your trailer. Don't take sealed loads from shady brokers or fly-by-night outfits. One wrong pickup, and you're the guy on the evening news with cops unloading bricks of cocaine. Don't be Bubba's next conquest. For those drivers out there curious where the weigh stations are located in each state, there are several apps out there that will do just that for you. Apps like Dat1 and Trucker Path can help truck drivers locate nearby weigh stations and check their operating status, open or closed. And there are also dedicated online resources, such as the Penske Public Scale Locator and state-specific directories like Truck Stops and Services Directory also provide information on weigh station locations.
If you elect to not take our advice and you become a drug mule, understand this. The criminals who commit these crimes do it for one reason: to make money. They don't care about the people using and addicted to drugs. Instead, they profit from their victims' dependency. Don't be an accomplice. It's a one-way ticket to prison. Stay sharp out there, drivers. This industry's already tough enough without being mistaken for a drug mule.
I made a previous video entitled Weigh Station Trucker Stories Gone Wrong. Crazy happenings. In that video, we discussed some real-life horror stories from truckers at weigh stations. I will put a link to that video in the description of this video for those that may want to view it. I also made a video explaining the inner workings of weigh stations and what they are looking for. The title of that video is Weigh Station Secrets: What the Chicken House Sees When You Roll In. I will leave a link in the description of this video for those that might want to view that video as well. Weigh stations might seem intimidating, but if your truck is safe and legal, there's nothing to worry about. The more you understand how they work, the less stressful they are. Keep your equipment in good shape, keep your paperwork accurate, and follow the rules. The system's not perfect, but it's getting smarter, and that means drivers need to stay informed too.
One of the biggest changes in weigh stations over the past 20 years or so is the technology in use today. The second you start driving toward the station, systems are already scanning your vehicle. They use something called weigh-in motion sensors. So even if you don't stop, they already know your axle weights. Some stations have infrared brake scanners that measure the temperature of each wheel as you drive by. If one is colder than the others, it means that brake might not be working. Other systems check your tire pressure, look under the truck with cameras, and scan your license plate to instantly pull up your safety record.
Please smash that like button and the notification bell. Remember to subscribe and share this with another driver. And remember to protect your load, protect your rig, and protect yourself.
Leave us a comment below with your thoughts and ideas. If it's a good idea, we will share it with everyone. Just let us know in the comment if that would be okay with you. Well, my friends, stay safe and stay loaded out there. Catch you on the rebound. Remember to keep that left door closed and your hands on the wheel.